is, think about this. When we think in CRMs, we think in HubSpot, we think in Salesforce. If we think in ERPs, we think in SAP or others, in e-commerce, Shopify, Magento. But for an industry that is growing like circularity is growing in e-commerce, and there was not a tech stack that can help all this process to be less fragmented, less manual, and most important, more integratable between all the parties. And this is what LoopOS, after 8 years working in this space, we have this idea, okay, let's build a tech stack that allows us to build anything on this space. And LoopOS, like you can see here, is a layer that sits on the systems that companies normally have and can deploy any use case in circularity. We can do trade-ins, upgrade programs, repairs, C2C, so peer-to-peer marketplace, troubleshooting, returns, rentals, anything that is to do with e-commerce, we can do it. And these are some examples here. Today we have more than 100 clients, enterprise clients, mostly OEMs, retailers, also insurance companies. And what the important things that I would like to say is that for all those clients, the solution that they have is their own. And it's very important because tailor-made doesn't have to be hard. We can build a solution customized for any kind of use case and company in a very simple way. And the main blocks are, of course, orchestration. And orchestration is what allows us to be super fast in the go-to-market, because LoopOS owns all the integration burden and allows that all the business ruling to be in one place that we can build and scale as the time goes without the need of tech people or tech enterprise. And this allows us to build super big programs and projects in very short time, of course, lowering the costs of building this. Everything starts with orchestration, and with orchestration, we have all the workflows. It's just a picture of a tiny part of a big project. Imagine all the aspects of an operation that can go from payments to logistics to the stores, the repair shops, and the third-party partners, the emailings, the SMS, the WhatsApp signals that you send. All of this is one place, fully triggered and fully functional. And the second part is the tools for all parts of the processes. And you see on the bottom 5 big boxes. The first one is this yellow one, the submission. The submission one is the front-end experience for our end customers. This is very important for OEMs and retailers that own the experience with the client. We can build any kind of experience in a couple of days, fully customizable for the experience that you have. Then we have the validation application that is focused on call centers. Well, for example, those retailers or those service centers that are doing all those process of repair by phone or trying to get a quotation, the simple and fast as possible. Then we have the Hubs application for in-store operations, or imagine you want to deploy a trading program in all the stores of a retailer in the country. We can customize it simply and deploy it in all stores very fast. And then, of course, the repair, the handling application for the service centers that allow us. We have today more than 600 repair centers using the handling application, and we can not only deploy all the protocols that have to be followed, etc., but also manage all the data and assess the quality, the timing, the costs, everything that is important to build. And of course, a field service version. When you think about mapping all your process with technology and create your integration system, you will always be three important parts. The one is all your data and context. That can be your catalog, can be the data from your clients, can be systems that you already use inside, like your ERPs. On the other side, you will have all those third-party systems or services that you'll need to use, like carriers, like payment gateways, etc. But the most important is how you guarantee that that orchestration in the middle can handle everything seamlessly, because that is the difference of working good, but more than that, to scale in a low cost way. Sometimes we know that training programs tend to delay because our tech team doesn't have room for more services, or we have some kind of pain point that we cannot address because our technology is legacy or our team doesn't have more time. It's those kind of pain points that with LoopOS you can solve very, very fast. But the most important thing today that I want to tell you is what we are launching now. Everything that I've told you so far is very fundamental, very operational. It's like the body of an operation, right? How it works, how the operation goes and develops. But now we are putting a brain on top of it. And we call it LoopOS Flux. LoopOS Flux is a fully agentic AI layer built for circularity, building on all these years and experience in this field, that is embedded in LoopOS. Now let me show you some examples, or can be used ad hoc for agents to do tasks that normally can take a long time, or others that doesn't take so much time, but can be done in a better way and with better results. And for that, and before I show you the real examples, my CTO said that this is the most important slide. I'll try to understand, to see if I can explain it. Is that this works for this kind of space, for circularity, e-commerce, repairs, and after sales, because LoopOS Flux is built to handle all these boxes, all the business context, all the product category context. It can be the manual of the product and all the information that we have on it, the customer context, because every customer, every one of us is different, and we can profile any kind of client, all the item, process, and ecosystem context. So everything that we know from the ecosystem, from all the exit channels, or the refurbishment, all the logistical partners, everything that is public and available that can give us the best solution. The agents in AI can do a better job than a human if they are fed with the right context, public context and internal context. And let me tell you, because it's a question that a lot of people ask, is the data that you put in those agents be shared publicly? They are not. The agents that are built for you are agents that only handle and secure your data within the premises of your business. So today we have more than 25 agents live for post sales and circular economy, and we can create very easily different kind of agents for different kinds of contexts. We have here some examples, and I'm going to show you some working live. We have agents like self-diagnostic that allows the client, for example, this is good for retailers to assess what is the problem of its process. Call center assistant, repair card agent, routing agents, repair agents. We have a lot. I'm going to try to show you some if the video works, but I think the video is not working. It is working, but okay. I have to do like this. So in this case, is an example of a couple of agents actually embedded on the call center, on the validation app. That on the left, what it's doing is to put for the operator all the context of what he already knows, because this process already had the troubleshooting process. He has information of the client, etc. He's doing also the cost estimation in the middle, and at a certain point it will start to record. It's going to start to record the conversation, and in real time you will tell him what he should ask, and based on the answer he will guide the operator through this journey. And this is very, very useful because in call centers there's a lot of rotation, and there's a lot of value if we can solve or at least find out and diagnose better the problem of the client. So, if I can show you another example, it's the same, but this here it's with the price, the estimation price that you found, and with the confidence or lower or the have. Here is a print of the on the handling app of the repair assistance, also give the estimation of the costs so far, and also some important data on this process. Here is a cool process of a client that goes to a retailer, for example, and it chooses the retailer already knows the product that he bought probably, and he knows more information about the client. And in this case, the client just says what is the problem that he has with that product, and we can ask some more context, like what is the main motivation? Do you want to sell it? Do you want to replace, etc.? And based on that, the agent will try to give you the best options and all the options available, and try to give them all the information to make a more informed decision. And depending on the decision, he is choosing to upgrade because you like the upgrade. It will follow up the process and do the upgrade and trading process. This is possible because for this case that I've shown you, imagine that you would idealize a trading program or all these programs before you have to develop all of that in tech. Now we can just write it. We can literally write how we imagine our trading program, the context that we want, the rules that we want, the pricing that we want to apply, the sources that we want to use to access conditions, etc., etc. So all of these can be fed directly in plain English or in other language. Here is an example of a self-diagnosis. Where the client, with a chatbot, the agent is trying to get more information to try to make a correct diagnosis and tell him what she should do next, if solve the problem or to go to a repair. In this case, it goes to a repair. Another example. This is for the ITAD space. ITAD is growing a lot, and it will grow a lot in the next couple of years because mainly of memory shortage that is in the market. There's a big value on ITAD, and this is an example. Actually, we showcased this one in ITAD Expo in Nice. So ITAD, they receive super big inventories, right? Sometimes with hundreds or even thousands of types of products with very low information on that. Here, there's 3 or 4 different agents working first to create the inventory based on the list that is put here. So here you can see it's created, the inventory, and then you will create a valuation plan. So the inventory here is the partners that are connected, and then we will generate a valuation plan. And this valuation plan will take it takes 8 minutes more or less. A person to do this can take 6 to 8 hours. And what we will do is to give an estimation on how much this batch can value in terms of costs, and in terms of revenue, but also in terms of cost. And we'll divide these in different kind of batches, and what each one of them can, what does that that company should do with each of these badges. What should he sell in spare parts? Should he sell those products in a marketplace? And we can just create a rule saying, okay, but I want less badges. I don't want 10 badges. I want 6 badges, and it's created. This one is for image recognition. Is, for example, is for an insurance company that has to evaluate a lot of different claims. Here we are putting just an image of 3D image of a TV. We just say that is a TV, and based on that information, you will have more questions to have more context to search markets. How much can be this value, and based on what you found for comparing this image with, in this case we are just searching on OLX, is a marketplace in Portugal. You'll try to give roughly estimation price and a confidence level. Of course, the more information the operator inserts here, the most accurate this will be. Then we have a smart routing agent, and this is very important. It's embedded also in LoopOS. Is one. Sometimes we have different rules for where the product should go or not, and how can we trigger all these processes. We can just create AI decision blocks on these. And finally, this is the last one, another example, the LoopOS impact agent that will generate a report on a sustainability report based on in this case on a public methodology that is displayed on the site. So what we believe is that the new era of after sales will be both body and brain. Will need the context of our businesses, and it will need to be more integrated between everybody. And this is the problem that we're trying to help to solve with our technology. We don't buy stock, we don't sell stock, we don't have repair shops. We are purely focusing on building a tech stack that can help you all in your pain points to be better and more profitable on what you're doing. Because, and I'm a CEO of a tech company, and I can say this software is becoming a commodity, will be more and more a commodity. The value is not in the language, it's not in the code anymore, is on the impact that it has on the organization. And that is a difference between choosing a better or worse decision. What we believe is that if we have the right infrastructure, the right tooling, the right technology, the impact on the organization can be massive, and of course on the revenue growth and on efficiency can also be growth. So let's put a brain on operations and build a circular future for everyone. Thank you so much.